We're live, baby. It's week 11. We're way late compared to usual. Usually go about 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:30. Here we are. It's almost 10:20. I don't know. That's what happens when I come home and take a nap at 7 o'clock at night. That's what happens. We get a show at 10:20. But hey, you know what? Now you got rested, ready to go, Alex, at 10:20 rather than half asleep Alex at 9 o'clock, ready to go to bed already on a Saturday night. Yeah, whatever. We didn't have a show on Wednesday this week, which annoying as fuck. I had a meeting for work that totally fucked up my whole content schedule for the week. Which means we didn't, of all weeks to not have a show, was the week that we are victory lapping Isaiah Pacheco and Rachaad White. I didn't get a chance to do a victory lap of Rachaad White and Isaiah Pacheco. The 1 week. So we're going to talk about Isaiah Pacheco and Rachaad White real quick at the beginning of the show. And then we'll get to your questions like we normally do. I need 5 minutes to victory lap. 5 minutes to celebrate. These two guys that we've been holding, stashing, begging you not to drop, or begging you to pick up off your waiver wire, or begging you to go trade for all season long. And it is happening. It's happening both in the same week. It's happening. I couldn't be more excited if you couldn't tell. This is why I had to take the nap at 7 o'clock at night so I could be fully ready to victory lap. And despite all my pleading to go get Isaiah Pacheco all fucking season, he is, and with what he did in week 10, he's still available in about half of Yahoo leagues. What are you doing out there? He's been the starting running back in Kansas City for a month. 3 games in a row, he's been the starting running back. In week 7, he started and he outsnapped Clyde Edwards-Helaire for the first time all season. All right? All right, here we go, week 7, right? It was by a small margin, but here we fucking go. And then in week 8, Chiefs were on a bye. And then they came back against the Titans in a rare negative game script for the Chiefs. We never see them in a negative game script. Very, very rare. It was a weird game against the Titans. So, of course, Isaiah Pacheco still played ahead of Edwards-Helaire, but it was a Jerick McKinnon game. All right. Then we got to week 10. Back to a normal Chiefs game. And Isaiah Pacheco led the backfield with a 56% snap share. And McKinnon was at 38%. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire had a baby roll. 6% snap share for Clyde Edwards-Helaire with no injury. He's been benched. He has been benched. He has officially been fully demoted in favor of Isaiah Pacheco. Pacheco handled 16 of the 17 running back rush attempts. He went for 82 yards, very efficient, 5.1 yards per carry. The key, and why we're talking about him so much again this week, is that he did not find the end zone. And that's a good thing for us for this week, because that means we can still go get him off the waiver wire in some leagues, and you can still go get him in a trade where he's rostered. Because those touchdowns that Clyde Edwards-Helaire was lucking into earlier in the season, they're going to start to be Isaiah Pacheco's touchdowns. And then that brings us to Rachaad White. Like Pacheco, I have been screaming from the rooftops all season long to keep Rachaad White stashed for this very moment. Not only did Leonard Fournette get injured in week 10, but White actually started the game And he played ahead of Leonard Fournette, even prior to the injury, which happened like late third quarter. At the time of Fournette's injury, White had out-touched Leonard Fournette, 14-11. And White looked elusive. He looked explosive on his touches. He toted the rock 22 times, 105 yards. And it would have been even more impossible if, even more. I totally lost my train of thought there. I don't know what I was thinking, what I was starting to say with even more. But, it would have been even more and probably would have been a touchdown. But White slid down in the open field after picking up that game-clinching first down at the end of the game, right? He broke out in the open field, breakaway run. Here we fucking go. He was going to go to the end zone. He did the smart thing, the real football thing, slid down, didn't score. We'll forgive you. We'll forgive you, Rashad. But White did not record a stat in the passing game, which that's going to be a rarity. Because I've talked about when touting him in the past, White is an exceptional receiver out of the backfield. He's not just, he can catch some passes. He's got hands. No, he's an exceptional receiver. Remember, not only did he lead Arizona State in rushing yards last year, but he was second on the team in receiving. And Tampa Bay beat reporter Greg Allman has already said that he believes Rachaad White will remain atop the depth chart coming out of the bye week, just like the Chiefs did with Isaiah Pacheco. As the Bucs offense seems to be coming back to life lately, White could win some fantasy leagues down the stretch. I'm so excited. That's my victory lap. We'll get to your questions. I just had to get that out because we didn't have a Wednesday show like we normally do. I just had to celebrate. We had to do it, right? We had to do it. All right. Hit me with those questions on YouTube, in the comments, on TikTok. They've been pouring in throughout my whole celebration rant. I appreciate it. We're going to get to them after I catch my breath. All right. Gerald Everett or Foster Moreau. All right. Gerald Everett would be the starter, assuming that he plays. He was a full participant in practice. On Friday, he had that groin injury that he was dealing with last week. Full participant in practice on Friday. Whew. However, he popped back up yesterday or today. I've lost track of days. He popped back up today as being questionable, which is a concern. So that's something we have to monitor. If you can't wait to see what happens with Everett, they probably play at the same time. I don't know what time. If you can't wait for Everett, Foster Moreau, I like him as a streamer. Borderline, low end tight end 1, high end tight end 2. I'm totally fine with it. I'm comfortable with it. Otherwise, if you can wait and if Everett is playing, we're going Gerald Everett. Singletary or Rachaad White to start. Rachaad White's on a bye week, so I'm going Singletary. We love Rachaad White, but he's on a bye week. Next week, baby. Should I trade Deontay Foreman? Sorry, bear with me as I lose these questions here. Should I trade Deontay Foreman and DJ Moore for David Montgomery? Yeah, I'd do that. I'm not the biggest Montgomery guy in the world. But with Khalil Herbert heading to IR, that offense is going, finally. It's going to be Montgomery's backfield all to himself again. And we've seen what he's done in the past when he has that opportunity, even in a bad offense. Now he's got a decent offense. He's going to get some of those touchdowns and touches and yards are going to get siphoned to Justin Fields. He's going to take some of that stuff himself, unfortunately, which hurts Montgomery a little bit, but I think he's definitely an upgrade over Foreman. And DJ Moore is not somebody with their quarterback situation. We just can't rely on DJ Moore week to week. Baker's back in the lineup. Sam Darnold's probably going to be there soon. I'm totally fine with that deal. Again, I'm not a huge Montgomery guy, but if that's the offer that's on the table, I'd go for it. Cordell Patterson or Darius Slayton? I'll go Patterson. Thoughts on Hopkins? Should we start him? It's tough because he plays on Monday night. It's tough. He plays on Monday night. Let's see if we can get the latest report on DeAndre Hopkins here. Give me 15 seconds to pull this up. If I had Hopkins, I think I would be comfortable rolling him out there. You can pick up maybe like a Jawan Jennings, maybe have him on your bench just in case Hopkins doesn't play. You can stick Jawan Jennings in there from the 49ers. I'm not really that interested in a Greg Dortch. Let me see here. Let's see if we can get this report pulled up. Laptop, kind of slow. Got an old laptop. Shitty internet. Takes a minute to pull up. While we're waiting, if Andrews doesn't play, should we go Isaiah Likely or Juwan Johnson? I'd go Isaiah Likely, but I think Andrews is going to play. But yeah, I would go Likely over Juwan Johnson. Johnson's been getting most of his stuff on touchdowns. I'm a little bit more comfortable with Likely. I think Likely can get targets and touchdowns. Connor or Robinson? Connor. Definitely Connor. Here we go with Hopkins. All right, last one was from today. Hopkins has been dealing with a hamstring injury all week, and his status for Monday will remain up in the air. This doesn't really help. That doesn't really help us. That doesn't help us at all. All right. Well, that's what I would do. If you have a good option that you can plug in instead of Hopkins, fine. But I'm comfortable enough going with Hopkins, keeping him in my lineup, and then maybe just pick up a Jawan Jennings, like I said, off the waiver wire, just in case. Pick 2, Pollard, Foreman, Patterson, Jamal Williams. Pollard, Foreman, Patterson, Jamal. I know Zeke's still going to go Pollard. I still have Pollard as my RB16 for the week. And then I've got Jamal Williams, Patterson, Foreman after that. So that's how I'd rank them. Pollard, Williams, Patterson, Foreman. I have them all ranked in my top 20, so they're all decent, low-end RB2s. And very close. Patterson, Foreman, and Williams are ranked back-to-back for me, 18, 19, and 20. Amon-Ra or T. Higgins. See, this one's tough. I have them both ranked back-to-back as my wide receiver 7 and my wide receiver 8. Slight edge to Amon-Ra. But I'm tempted to flip that because I think T. Higgins has a higher ceiling. Just because that's just the type of player that he is. He's the alpha. He's the downfield guy, the touchdown guy. No Jamar Chase. He's got Joe Burrow at quarterback. Steelers' secondary has been terrible. But they sacked Joe Burrow a bunch of times in the first matchup of the season between the Bengals and the Steelers. So there's some concern there. Amon-Ra gets that insane volume. I'd go Higgins just because I like the upside better. More likely to find the end zone, I think. More likely to get those big chunk plays down the field. But Both great options. Amon-Ra is probably safer. Higgins, higher upside. On YouTube, that's not a... Yeah, man, hit me up after. Hit me up on Twitter, _JohnsonFF. Start 3. Connor, Gibson, Foreman, and DeAndre Hopkins. Connor, Gibson, Foreman, Hopkins. I'm going Hopkins. Like I said before, I'm comfortable with it. And then I guess we go Connor. Pick 2. Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, Brandon Ayuk. Let's go Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper. But Keenan Allen is obviously a risk. Keenan Allen, obviously a risk. Last time he played like 4% of the snaps. And he re-injured himself. But against the Chiefs, that should be a fun, high-scoring game. Lots of passing. Lots of points. Yeah, I'm gonna roll the dice on Keenan there. Cook, Dalvin Cook against Dallas. Thoughts? Dalvin Cook, play him as normal. See where we have him ranked. He's definitely in the top 12. Probably top 10. A lot of bye weeks this week. A lot of good players on bye week this week. Yeah, Cook is my RB10 this week. Pacheco, Jacoby Myers, or Darius Slayton. Give me Isaiah Pacheco. Sutton or... I'm assuming that's supposed to say Tony. Sutton or Tony. Give me Sutton. No Jerry Jeudy. Tony, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to crown Tony as a weekly starter by any means. He might be a better McCole Hardman. I think that's where we are with Tony. Should I start DJ Moore, Terry McLaurin, Kadarius Toney, or Tyler Boyd? I'd go McLaurin there for sure. McLaurin's the easy player there. Ever since they changed to Taylor Heineke, and I think they're going to stick with Taylor Heineke, Terry McLaurin is back, which we like to see. We love to see it. Komet or Njoku? I'm going to go Komet. Njoku's not 100% to play. So I'll go Komet there. He's been hot going against the Falcons. Normally I'd say Njoku, but coming off the injury, we'll go Komet. Olave or Tony? We're going Olave. Amari Cooper or Amon-Ra rest of season. As much as I'm trying to go get Amari Cooper rest of season because we got Deshaun Watson on the way, I'm definitely going Amon-Ra St. Brown rest of season. Tony or Claypool? Let's go Tony. Miles Sanders or Pollard? So if Zeke's playing, I'm going Sanders. Otherwise, I'm going Pollard. But they're very, very close, even with Zeke playing. I've got my rankings right now as if Zeke is playing, which I believe he's going to play. And I believe I have Sanders and Tony Pollard back to back. I do. I slightly lean Miles Sanders, but have a hard time sitting Tony Pollard, even with Zeke coming back to the lineup against the Vikings. This could be a lot of points in that game. Could be exciting. A lot of opportunities for Tony Pollard, make some big plays. Be hard to bench him. Dave Montgomery or Jacoby Myers. I'm going Montgomery. I think this is a smash week for Dave Montgomery. No Khalil Herbert. Terrible Falcons defense. They've gotten run over by Deontay Foreman 2 of the last 3 weeks. And as much as I'm not a huge Montgomery guy, he's a hell of a lot better than Deontay Foreman. Herbert or Fields? Let's go Fields. Can't compete with that running. With what he's doing with his legs right now, I'm not benching that. And I like Herbert a lot this week. He's got his 2 receivers back. I got him ranked as my QB6. He's got Mike Williams, Allen. They're back. Going against the Chiefs. I like him a lot, but I got to go Fields. Full PPR. Sutton or Boyd? Yeah. I think we'll go Sutton with no Jerry Jeudy. Dak or Fields? We're going Fields. Thoughts on Marquise Brown? Sounds like it's 50-50 if he's going to play or not. Either way, I'm not ready to roll him out there for week 11. But that's probably going to cause, probably be back in week 12, and that's going to cause a little bit of a mess in Arizona. Because now we've got 3 good receivers with Brown, Hopkins, and Rondale Moore. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough every week. Deontay Johnson or Kadarius Toney? They're going to go Deontay Johnson. Sutton or Davis? Ooh, that one's tough. I'm assuming this is Gabe Davis, obviously. Let's check out the rankings for this one. Usually when I check the rankings, they're very close. Because if they're close to I fucking nailed it every fucking time I say that. Back to back, they're ranked. Gabe Davis has my wide receiver 18. Cortland Sutton has my wide receiver 19. I don't know why I get so excited about that, but that's just like, I know guys are close. I know my rankings, man. But it's still a tough call. I got Davis 1 spot ahead of Cortland Sutton. It's tough to sit. I mean, with Sutton, it's like, what do we do with Sutton? What do we do? Quarterback's been awful. The offense has been awful. But then they got no Jerry Jeudy going against the Raiders. And we got Gabe Davis, who disappears for 3 weeks at a time, and then he comes out and gives you 35 points. I'm going to go Gabe Davis here against the Browns. Just hope he has one of his big games. He gets a touchdown, whatever. He's got a hell of a lot better chance of scoring a touchdown than Cortland Sutton does this week, I think. So that's the way I'll go. Deontay Johnson or Adam Thielen? Give me Deontay Johnson. Gallup or Donovan Peoples-Jones? Definitely Donovan Peoples-Jones. I don't even know why we're even considering Michael Gallup anymore. He's done nothing. He's done very, very little since coming back from his injury. Gallup is not really a consideration for me at all. I like Donovan Peoples-Jones a lot. He's had 70 or more yards in five of his last 6 games. Like last week could have been we loved Donovan Peoples-Jones last week. I talked about him a lot on this show and the Sunday morning show. He had a nice game. I would want 5 for 99 or something. That's excellent. But it was this close to being like 7 for 130 and a touchdown. 2 touchdowns even. So close. Man, I'm so excited for Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones. 2 more weeks. We get Deshaun Watson as their quarterback. I'm ready. Let's see. Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson or Miles Sanders at the flex. Give me Miles Sanders. Mike Williams or Boyd. Going Mike Williams. Should I trade Lockett for Kamara? Sure. And Joku or Conklin? Let's go Njoku, assuming he plays. We'll go Njoku. Pick 2 to start. Komet, Fryermuth, Gus Edwards, Jalen Warren. I'm thinking I'm leaning towards Gus Edwards not playing. So give me the 2 tight ends. We'll go Komet and Fryermuth. I need a tight end. Should I trade Juju for Higbee? I have DeAndre Hopkins, Diggs, AJ Brown, and Mike Williams. I'd want more than Higbee for Juju. I know he's going to see a nice uptick with Cooper Cup. I was a Cooper Rush. Cooper Cup out. But I'm not excited about anything in that offense right now. Complete mess. I'd want more. I'd want more than Higbee for Juju. I'd be looking for TJ Hawkinson. You might be able to get Hawkinson for Juju. You might have to give up a little bit more. But TJ Hawkinson is... I am trying to trade for TJ Hawkinson everywhere right now. He's come in and he's had 2 of his 3 best target shares of the season with the Vikings in his first 2 games. Target shares of 22% and 20%. Getting a lot of volume. Hasn't found the end zone yet, but that's going to come. Good Vikings offense. They're always in the red zone. He's going to get his touchdowns. Those are coming. But because they haven't come yet, he's still very, very, very attainable in trade. I think he could be a top 3 tight end the rest of the season. If he just lost Dallas Goedert, this is perfect for the Dallas Goedert managers. If you lost Goddard, go get TJ Hawkinson. I'm telling you, go get TJ Hawkinson. Keenan Allen or Jacoby Myers? Let's go Keenan Allen. Curtis Samuel for Brandon Ayuk. If you're getting Ayuk, I'd do that. Should I start Kamara or Drake? Kamara, come on. If Gus Edwards doesn't play, should I play Kenyon Drake over either Fryermuth or Komet? I would. Yeah, I would play Kenyon Drake over one of the tight ends, probably over Fryermuth. Let me see which tight end I have ranked higher this week. I'm guessing they're very close. Let's see if I can continue my streak. And I do, back to back. I actually have Fryermuth ranked over Komet, which kind of surprised me. But actually, if you think about it, Fryermuth gets more volume. Komet gets more touchdowns. When it comes down to it, I want the volume over the touchdowns because the volume is stickier week to week than touchdowns are. More predictable than touchdowns. Touchdowns are generally random. So yeah, I'll go Fryermuth and Kenyon Drake there. How about that? Chris Olave or Kadarius Toney. Let's go Chris Olave. Start 2. Deontay Johnson, Josh Palmer, Kadarius Toney. We'll definitely go on Deontay Johnson. And then it's tough between Palmer and Toney with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen back. How much are we really going to get out of Josh Palmer? So I think we'll go Kadarius Toney there. Yeah, we'll go Toney. And then the second part of the question, should I start Michael Carter or Gus Edwards? Well, if Gus Edwards is going to play, I guess I'd go Gus Edwards. But even if he does play, I don't think it's only got 10% left in my phone battery. Shit. Even if Gus Edwards does play, I don't think he's a slam dunk over Michael Carter. So I guess we go Carter there. I don't think Gus Edwards is going to play anyway. No, it's not. Sorry, I was laughing at a YouTube comment here. I don't know why it's not showing up on the screen. I told you laptop sucks today. Laptop, internet, not good. But I'm too cheap to upgrade. So here we are. Should I trade Dalton Schultz for TJ Hawkinson? I would do that. I like Schultz. I talked about him as a buy a few weeks back. He does really well with Dak Prescott, a quarterback. They didn't go get a wide receiver 2 at the trade deadline, so that's when I was like, we gotta go buy Dalton Schultz. It's the tight end position. How many tight ends can we rely on for 4 for 54 every week? Dalton Schultz, we can. Even if he's giving you 9-10 points, that's a hell of a lot better than you can get from 90% of the tight ends we're rolling out there. With that said, TJ Hawkinson, like I said a few minutes ago, I think TJ Hawkinson is top 3, top 4 at worst tight end the rest of the season. I'd rather have TJ Hawkins over George Kittle rest of the season. Hell yeah. He's going to get a hell of a lot more targets. He's been with his team for 2 weeks and he's already getting more targets than George Kittle could ever dream of right now with all the weapons that they have in that offense. I would definitely trade Dalton Schultz for TJ Hawkinson. Are you from New England? In fact, I am. Yep. I don't know how you got that from this. But yeah, I live about probably 10, 15 minutes from Gillette Stadium. Josh Palmer hold on. Josh Palmer and Curtis Samuel for Amari Cooper. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Go get Cooper. Yes. Really? I have a New England accent? Nobody's ever said that to me, I don't think. Interesting. Well, now I'm going to be super conscious of it. Swift or Rondale Moore at the flex? Ooh, this one's tough. Swift, the last few weeks, Swift has been so difficult to decide what the hell to do with him. Because he's playing, he's out there, he's getting snaps, but he's not getting his normal, like the normal snap share he's getting early in the season when we could trust him every week. So I would go Rondale Moore there. You got a banged up DeAndre Hopkins. We don't even know if he's going to play yet. We don't know if Marquise Brown's going to play yet. But we know that Rondale Moore, he's running big boy routes, right? Grown man routes, finally. He's actually getting down the field. It's pretty cool to see. He's not getting those screens at the line of scrimmage, jet sweeps, all that stuff. He's still getting it, but that's not what he's restricted to. He's getting more. They've got him going down the field, run after the catch. It's been awesome. So I'd go Rondale Moore there. And I totally lost my train of thought halfway through that, but whatever. What else we got? Christian Watson bye rest of season. That one's tough because he's got 5 touchdowns in 2 games. I promise you he's not going to sustain that touchdown rate. So this is the highest his value is probably going to be rest of season. With that said, he's going to be the Packers wide receiver 1 rest of season. But am I going out and trying to buy Christian Watson in redraft leagues? I'm probably not, honestly. But I don't completely hate it either because, like I said, he's going to be the Packers wide receiver 1 rest of season. Ayuk or Mike Williams? We'll go Mike Williams. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by YouTube comments. Sorry. That's why I keep getting lost in my train of thought here. Goff or Heineke? Give me Goff. I'll still go Goff. Isn't Taylor Heineke just Jared Goff anyway? I just traded Foreman and Kirk for David Montgomery and Mike Evans. I'm assuming this is Christian Kirk, not Kirk Cousins. What do we think of this deal? We traded Foreman and Christian Kirk for David Montgomery and Mike Evans. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Big W on that one. Nice deal, Donald. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Absolutely. Yep. Yes, sir. Do you see my comment? I see this comment. DJ Moore or Kadarius Toney? Yeah, I'll go DJ Moore. We gotta go DJ Moore. Do we gotta though? Baker Mayfield at quarterback? Oh, it's tough. I guess we'll go Moore, but I got offered David Montgomery, Juju, and DeAndre Hopkins for St. Brown, Cook, and Brian Robinson. Do I accept this in a PPR league? Montgomery, Juju, Hopkins for St. Brown, Dalvin Cook, Dalvin Cook, Brian Robinson. Hopkins and St. Brown are pretty equal rest of season. Slight edge to Hopkins, maybe. Probably could say the same about Dalvin Cook and David Montgomery. So it really comes down to Juju or Brian Robinson. I'd rather have Juju. I certainly like Dalvin Cook over David Montgomery. Hopkins slightly over St. Brown. This is a tough trade question. This one's really, really tough. And for that reason, I'd probably just keep what you have. I'd probably keep what you have. Yeah. I'd keep what you have, but that's a very, very fair deal. Very even trade, obviously, if I'm sitting here just having a hard time with it. I'd keep what you have. Well, I certainly don't hate it if you want to go accept that deal. It's very, very even deal. Really comes down to, do you prefer St. Brown or DeAndre Hopkins rest of the season? I lean Hopkins. Do you prefer Montgomery or Dalvin Cook rest of the season? I lean Dalvin Cook. So now you got to win on each side. And do you prefer Juju or Brian Robinson rest of the season? I prefer Juju. So that's what I would do. I'd just keep it what you have. Let's see. AJ Brown or Amon-Ra St. Brown? I mean, these are both must-start players. I have them both ranked in the top 7. And I feel like every week I say this, but why the hell can't you start both of them? Take the training wheels off, playing a big, grown-up league. But with that said, I'll go AJ Brown over Amon-Ra St. Brown. Hunt or Latavius Murray for flex. I'm going Kareem Hunt. Trade question. Oops. Cook and CeeDee Lamb for DeAndre Hopkins. Oh, I think my phone just died. I guess that's the end of the show. Because my phone just died. Yeah, my phone died. All right. Well, let's see. Do we have any YouTube questions? We got a few here. Most of them are just kind of crazy comments. But Tanner's got a serious one. Put these running backs in order rest of the season, full PPR. Travis Etienne, Joe Mixon, Dalvin Cook, Ramondre Stevenson. The rest of the season, let's rank these guys. Without knowing schedule off the top of my head, which, by the way, if you're looking for strength of schedule stuff, our director of content, Matt Flowers, every single week he puts out an updated version of rest of season strength of schedule. So he looks at the fantasy playoffs, who has the best schedule at each position, the top players at each position, top teams, whatever. And for the next few weeks as well. So if you're looking for a short-term upgrade or you're looking towards the fantasy playoffs, it's excellent content. Highly recommend checking that out at yardsperfantasy.com. Put these running backs in order rest of season. Travis Etienne, Joe Mixon, Dalvin Cook, and Ramondre Stevenson. Let's go. I think we start off with Etienne. I think we go Etienne. I think I might say Ramondre Stevenson as my RB2, and that might be a hot take here. But I just feel like consistently, week to week, Ramondre Stevenson is scoring as an RB1. He's getting involved in the passing game. He's got the goal line work. He's getting in between the tackles carries as well. He's been explosive. He's elusive. He's making plays. Run after the catch. Hard to rank him over Joe Mixon and Dalvin Cook, though. But I think I do. Joe Mixon, he had the awesome 5-touchdown game. And I said for weeks you got to go buy him because the usage is there. But it was still just the one game. So I don't want to overvalue that. So I think we'll go Etienne, hot take with Ramondre, Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon. All top 10 running backs rest of the season, though. Love them all. But that's the way I'd rank them. But it looks like that's probably all we have for YouTube questions. Obviously, we get a hell of a lot more on TikTok. And my phone died halfway through answering a question on TikTok. So I guess this is where we wrap up. This is probably a good time to wrap up anyway. We'll be back tomorrow, Sunday. We usually kick off around 12:15 Eastern time. Go all the way up to kickoff, answering questions just like we did tonight. It's a lot of fun. So I'll charge my phone before that show for sure. Make sure we're good. Otherwise, talk to you guys tomorrow. I really appreciate the questions and everybody tuning in. Thanks, guys.